Hi there, this is Joanne from TrueAuthenticPower.com from Tapping.me, and I'm also the creator of the program Catapulting to Confidence. I want to talk to you today about a topic that I think needs more exploration and explanation because I see a lot of people using tapping and they might not be getting anywhere, or it's slow as molasses, as the saying goes. And there could be really good reasons for that. You might be tapping on everything that comes across your path that feels like, oh, that's got to be it. Oh, that's got to be it. But there might be a shorter and quicker way to find out what's really in your way. And I want to explain that a little bit more. So if you were to look at your life, like go above your life, don't be in it with the feelings and the emotions. See if you can kind of distance yourself. Like if that was a third party person or a friend or somebody, that you were watching, observing. What does their life reflect? Now, what I mean by that is we all have beliefs and paradigms that we grow up with, belief systems that were taught before the age of 7, which really take hold and ingrain in us, this is how life works. But I want you to look at different aspects of your life because this could get you to your tapping targets a lot quicker than just tapping on this and tapping on that and tapping on money. It might not even be a money problem. It might be something completely different that's blocking you, but you're assuming because it's not showing up in the way that you want with your money that it must be a money problem. I don't necessarily agree with that because I've seen it be from some other point of view, some other totally different source. So, why do you want to be tapping forever when there might be a more direct way? Let's put it that way, a more direct way that maybe you can uncover what's going on. So take an aspect of your life that's driving you nuts, that is not working, and I want you to look at that from a distance, as if you were somebody else looking into someone's life. And I want you to consider, what would you have to believe? What beliefs in your mind, what things would you have to be saying in order to make that come true? Now, if you've got multiple things that are blocking, then you've got a bigger belief paradigm, maybe something that's could affect everything and anything in your life. And that was the case for me. It wasn't just a pocket at, oh, I can clear up this channel and that's all hunky-dory because the rest of my life is really working. No, after I went through some trauma and tragedy, and I talk about that in other audios, I don't have to talk about that here, but it so interrupted my focus, my ability to concentrate, who I used to be. It interrupted my entire life. So my relationships got affected, my fear level went through the roof, my trauma level went through the roof. I had no tolerance for anything positive because I was in so much turmoil and trauma, and that was not by choice. That was an interruption that happened in my life. My point is, though, it affected my entire life. So first I want you to see, is it a channel in your life that's being affected? Like relationships, like your love life, like fulfillment, like money, all the biggies that you might be focusing on, your spirituality, your happiness quotient. I want you to look at those different aspects and rate them. How good are they? And then what did you learn about them? But what would you have to be believing to keep them active? Now, one of the big revelations for me was I had an unconscious belief that I take on everybody's burdens. And I want to tell you, when you have a belief like that, oh my goodness, you're never free of trouble because everybody comes to you to have a listening ear, a calming voice, some ideas or suggestions, and that's what I do for a living. Think about how that would be such a conflict, huge conflict. When you clear out what's really driving the bus, it can change a whole slew of things. Or if it's just a pocketed issue, like say it is a relationship issue or a money issue, you can go down that path and clear up that channel. But again, I want you to take a step back. And what would you have to be believing in order to make that a reality? So, for example, if you never have enough money, if you're always lacking, if you're doing it just like your family did, right there, I just gave you 3 things you might be believing. There's never enough. I do it just like my family does. This is the way we do it. This is all there is. That's not only untrue, It is in your subconscious as a truth. And that's what tapping, the beauty of tapping, is all about, because it not only can change the energy in your physicality in your body where you're holding those beliefs, but it can also change your subconscious mind. Now go back to a bigger umbrella for those of you who are stuck in multiple ways. What would you have to be believing? Maybe I'm not worthy to have more. I'm not supposed to have more. Maybe I think I'm supposed to support everybody else. Maybe it gives you a reason to divert away from your life. It's safer to focus on everybody else. That could be a possibility too. Do you see what I'm talking about? You can be tapping on this issue or that issue or this belief or that belief because there is a slew of information out on the internet. There are oodles of tapping things that you can tap along with. But you could be wasting time or not getting to the root cause if you're not investigating what's really showing up in your life. Take a pocket. If it's something, just one pocket in your life, pay attention. Where did you learn that? Why do you need to keep it? Will you not be part of the clan? Will you not be part of the family? Will you not be part of your friends' groups? What is the fear underneath? Those are the things that you need to tap on. And I think people spend so much time, and I did this too, which is why I'm doing this audio, because it could have saved me a lot of time if I had gotten to the belief of I'm supposed to take on everybody else's burdens and support them first, which means I always came last. Not necessarily that I wasn't successful, but everybody else has to be okay too before that can happen for me. And luckily I did have pockets of that, but not sustainable. If you have that kind of belief, you need to take care of everybody else first. Well, good luck with getting a fulfilling life because your turn may never come. And I know that's not what you want. So I will say this for parents or teachers or instructors. How does your life look? Especially for parents. How does your life look? Because what you believe, you're going to teach your children the same thing unless you consciously change it, subconsciously change it, and let them start to have some freedom of making choices on their own. Some people, some parents think that it's my responsibility to tell them how and when and where to do everything. I'm the parent, I'm the law. I feel a little sorry for the people that you're instructing because your life is your set of dynamics. Their life is going to be their set of dynamics. I think it would be so wonderful if more people, and this is just a belief of mine because I've seen it work such miraculous things with kids and people when they got their own stuff in line. If we give a chance for those little minds to start discovering who and what they are, not that you have to do it this way or else it's wrong from their perspective. And I'm not saying let them have free reign. That's not what I'm talking about either. They are too little, especially little ones. They're too little to decide their fate. You can do a little bit of that and guide them without controlling every single step they make. This is how you do this. 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 Because they may have a different way of doing it. I know in my family, I was very different with my beliefs and how I wanted to go about doing things, what things felt right for me. I've talked about this before. I remember going to breakfast with some family members and not a single person at the table had ever thought about being wealthy. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Why would you not even contemplate that? But they grew up in a survival mode and they were taught survival mechanisms. They weren't taught how to have a fulfilling life. They weren't taught how to have an abundant life. They weren't taught how to have more than enough so that they can help other people. They were taught survival. And that's basically what a lot of my family members got, survival. Well, that's not whatever felt right to me. Go to your life pockets, see what's not working, and investigate and start to question, what would I have to be believing in order for this to show up? Because our beliefs manifest into behavior, which manifests into outcome. I'm just giving you a way to check yourself instead of tapping on anything and everything. This might be a little bit quicker way for you to go to the root causes and uncover what's really going on for you. Now, there's a lot of tapping that can be done once you find those things out, and you can access some of that in my membership site, tapping.me. But I wanted to give you some guidelines, at least some help of the frustration that I went through trying to figure out why the heck are so many areas of my life not working? What is the problem here? I'm doing the work. I'm deep diving into everything. I'm feeling the emotions, and it's not changing. I could have been doing that forever, and it felt like I did, to be honest with you. Until I got to the root cause, or a root cause, because there's not necessarily just one. But my biggie was, I take on everybody else's burdens as if it's my job. Now, how that got formed, those are aspects that got uncovered. And I wanted to share that with you and give you some food for thought, because just mindfulness doesn't necessarily change the energy. For some people, it can. For others, you may have to do some tapping or some other energy work, something that resonates with you. My go-to is tapping because I've seen it work such miracles. But you've also got to know how to use it, and that can take some skill. I didn't uncover that belief by myself. Let me just say that. I was so in it, I couldn't see it, and I used a coach or another energy person, not necessarily a coach because I don't use her all the time, but you see what I'm saying? We all have our stuff, and whether you know how to work with energy or not, or you're a newbie, there are tools and aspects that become so blaring to a skilled energy worker that could just enhance and speed up your situation. So I hope this helps. And again, my tapping.me membership site is open for you to try out some different things. I give a lot of these kind of explanations because I think there's not enough of this. It's, just tap on, just tap on, just tap on. Well, yeah, but the more focused you are, the more concentrated you are on the things that could be in your way, not necessarily in everybody else's way, the faster you can get there. And I hope this helps. Until our paths cross again next time, this is Joanne. Bye-bye for now.